supercharged VW Beetle 1961. I'm still trying to tune this so that it both idles and on revving has a good air-fuel ratio in the exhaust, and I don't want to ruin my 1968 cc motor, which works great. So here's what I've got. I have adjusted these boost dump valves to be fairly loose, so it should start dumping boost around 5 to 7 pounds. I've got all this tightened up. I've got my timing strobe ready to go. I believe that is set right now at 4 degrees of advance on idle, and then I've got everything else set up here, boost reference and everything. So I also have here my air fuel ratio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up. Let's see if the boost is visible. I'll set this up on the battery here, see if I can get this so that it's visible. Okay. So I have my air fuel, and I'm gonna start this. What I need to do is get it so that when it's on idle, I don't really care. It can be 20, it can be 18, 20, whatever. And when it is revving, it needs to get down to around 12 or 11, so that there's no chance that I burn out all the valves. So let's see what happens. And then I'm going to check the timing to make sure it's around 4 degrees in advance. All right, so if anybody has any suggestions, so here's the thing that I've got. It cycles up. It cycles up to around 8 to 10 pounds of boost, and then back down to 4 pounds, and then back up to 8 pounds, and back down to 4 pounds. And I tried with the manual and I just dumped all the pressure, and it still is doing this cycling. So the question that I have is, it seems like, you know, it's what I first thought is maybe what's happening is the boost pressure builds up, gets up pretty high, and then there's something about having high boost pressure. Maybe it's back pressure onto the AMR 500 that then makes it harder to turn, which then makes the motor kind of choke a little bit, slow down a little bit, and then somehow maybe the pressure valves release a little bit of the boost, and then the boost gauge seems to drop down to like 4, and then it comes back up. And so it's almost like as it's idling, it goes up, down, up, down. The timing is set at about 3.5 degrees for the top dead center when I check the timing. So that is retarded, you know, the amount, so that on revving it shouldn't get above 24, 25 with the electronic ignition advance. The air fuel mix, it kind of on idle, it's going like high 18 to 20, something like that, but I think that's inaccurate because of there's not that much exhaust coming out, and maybe here at the end it gets a little extra air coming through. So it's the fact that it's idling okay, I don't worry so much about the idle value being so high up at 18 or whatever it is, but then when I rev it, it definitely goes down to 12, sometimes even 11 something on the air fuel ratio. So I believe that means it is richening up adequately, you know, so that I don't have to worry about ruining the motor if I drive it. I didn't hear any knocks whatsoever, so I don't think, and I didn't rev it that high, so I didn't rev it really past maybe 3,000 RPM, so I don't really know, but I didn't hear any knocking at all, so I think that it's sufficiently, the timing is sufficiently retarded enough to not ignite too early to do the knocking. But as I mentioned, it's not super smooth in its idle, and it does sound like gets to the meat of some boost when I rev it. It's like, it sounds like it's like gonna pull, but I'm a little afraid of you know, just what's it gonna do if I'm in the driver's seat and you know, I hit the gas, you know, it could, you know, I just don't know, you know, does the pressure mess up something with the carbs not holding with the gas and the floats and all that. But anyway, if anybody has any suggestions what to do on tuning this, I'm just going to keep tinkering around, and probably in the next couple of days I'll take it out on a drive if I continue getting the, you know, what I think are safe air fuel readings when I do this. So, all right, that is the Supercharger, still making some slow, steady progress. All right, talk to you later.